Day 6, or is it day 7? I forget. It's 5:30 in the morning and my body says, hey, Mr. Salles, let's hit the bike. Thank you so much, body. So this is me in the last sort of 3 minutes of my workout where I stand up and try to raise the heart rate a bit. But for the other 40 minutes, I'm kind of just chilling out, reading the newspaper on my iPad. Because otherwise I could spend like an hour sitting on the sofa. And the strange thing about lockdown is I don't really want to waste any of it. I've watched hardly any TV, and I find it really difficult just to sit down and live in the moment and chill, which is the opposite of what I'm like in real life. This is very peculiar. I'm not sure I understand it. So notice the painting on the wall. That was painted by my mother, who was an artist, although she didn't really believe in herself as an artist. But there you go, she was. That's painted in Ibiza, and it's a made-up scene from my childhood. Next to me is a table and chair that I bought from my mum's flat when she died. I don't want to get all mawkish about my mum, but there is a video there. She grew up in the Second World War. My dad went through not the First World War, what you talk about, that was my granddad. My dad went through the Spanish Civil War. And there's definitely a story to be told there. Something for the summer months when things are more cheerful. Now, let's tune in to how I'm labouring. You go, Mr. Salles. I wish I'd learnt to breathe through my nose, but I never can, so I breathe through my mouth. I'm sure I could have been an international athlete if only I knew how to breathe through my nose. Oh my God, I can't even speak. Anyway, there's a photo of my gorgeous daughter when she was about 7, getting really excited. Behind me is the laptop on which I've just finished the Mr. Salles Guide to Grammar, Punctuation and Spelling and everything you could possibly know to be a brilliant writer. Oh, look, I've stopped. It's not even 7:20 yet. Oh, except it is because the clock's moved. Here I like to introduce a little bit of danger in my life. I've gone off to find the cup, but I've already started the coffee machine. It could start running at any minute. The suspense is amazing, except not really, because I put the iPad down and didn't film it. But my heart rate's going, all I can tell you. And then there's the cup. When will it start? It turns out I've got ages. Time just keeps dragging on and on and on. Until the moment you have been waiting for. Look at that for timing. I got this cup after publishing my first book on teaching, The Slightly Awesome Teacher, which tells teachers how to get great results without having to work too hard. The secret is how to use educational research. It's an international bestseller. I mean, it's sold at least 2 copies in Hong Kong. And now the appearance of the milk into the Beatrix Potter cup. Yes, everything in my house is themed to a book, which is ironic, you'll remember, as my house is nearly completely devoid of books, despite the fact that my wife and I both trained as English teachers. Because she is allergic to dust, and as dust is made up about 90% of human skin, she's actually allergic to me, but also to herself, so all is not lost. So Beatrix Potter educated my kids that eating lettuce was soporific, which meant so boring that it drove them to sleep, something that viewers of my video will not be familiar with. Because there's little more exciting than seeing someone make a cup of coffee, isn't there? And so Mr. Salles put the Flopsy bunnies in the microwave and spun them about at high heat. Now, while the milk is microwaving, I entertain myself by walking past the bin, because sometimes it gets overexcited and the sensor recognises I'm there. Boom! It opens up and says hello. And then if we listen carefully, you can hear that was the microwave short code for your milk is ready. And then fertilisation occurs. Now, I'm not a trained barista, but look at that perfect half moon. Enjoy the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Slow motion awesomeness. So cheers, thank you for joining me for my breakfast coffee, which I can't drink yet because, as you can see, I'm slightly hot still, despite the shower. I'll have to have another one in an hour's time, which is why I'm wearing yesterday's top. Then afterwards, I shall put on my happy one, which has got Daddy Shack on it. The last school trip I went to, the students couldn't read properly and found this hilarious. Which is ironic now because I'm stuck in the Daddy Shack. Lockdown. Well, here we are, lockdown cocktail. The joys of blackcurrant juice and diet lemonade. What a combo! So, an hour and a half of gardening done. Saved my shave for something to look forward to. Life doesn't get any better than that. I'm sure you can. Just can't be asked to move. For a bit, if he can't, I'll help him up. All he has to do is get his bum off. He's just not trying to get his bum off. Look, he's not moving it. Move your buttocks, man. Come on, Bobster. You can do that's it. That's it. Move your bum. Oh, he's such a wazzock. Right, look, let me just move his bum and see if that's the issue. There we go, just move your buttocks now. Now try and stand. So tune in tomorrow to see if Bob ever gets up or if my wife gets off the bike to try and assist him. She pretends to care, but look, it's me. I'm the one who has to try to help him and admittedly laugh hysterically and make fun.